The tennis world has just been rocked by an announcement that is sending shockwaves from prestigious clay courts of Europe to the vibrant hard courts of Southeast Asia. This isn't just another routine sponsorship update or a minor equipment tweak. This is a seismic shift in the landscape of global sports marketing and a definitive statement about where the future of women's tennis is headed. Alexandra Eala, the phenomenal talent from the Philippines, has officially solidified her status as a global icon by becoming a premier endorser for Babolat, one of the most storied and successful racket brands in the history of the sport. When we talk about Babolat, we aren't just talking about frames and strings. We are talking about the weapons of choice for legends like Rafael Nadal, Carlos Alcaraz, and Leylah Fernandez. For Alex Eala to be positioned alongside these titans isn't just a win for her. It is a massive validation of her built-for-the-big stage mentality. For years, the tennis world has been looking for the next big thing, a player who doesn't just have the technical skills but possesses the mental fortitude and the marketable charisma to carry the sport into a new era. In Alex Eala, they have found exactly that. This partnership with Babolat is the ultimate "I have arrived" moment. It signals to every coach, every scout, and every fan from New York to Manila that Eala is no longer just a promising junior or a rising star. She is a legitimate contender, a brand in her own right, and a player that a multi-billion-dollar international company is willing to bet its reputation on. The significance of this cannot be overstated. In the world of professional tennis, your racket is more than just a piece of equipment. It is an extension of your identity, a tool of your trade, and a symbol of your competitive DNA. By aligning with Babolat's Pure Aero line, a line synonymous with heavy topspin, modern aggression, and relentless baseline pressure, Eala is telling the world exactly what kind of player she is. She isn't here to play defensively. She is here to dictate, to dominate, and to win. But why is the entire tennis world so shocked? It's because of the speed and the scale of her ascent. While there have been countless fake rumors, viral claims of billion-dollar offers, and fabricated endorsement deals floating around the internet, this partnership is the real deal. It is verified, it is legitimate, and it is a massive investment in the future face of Asian tennis. For a long time, the sport was dominated by traditional powerhouses like the US, Spain, France, and Russia. But the rise of Alex Eala represents a breaking of those old boundaries. She is a Filipino athlete entering a tennis factory environment and proving that she belongs at the very top. This isn't just about a racket. It's about a blueprint for a global superstar. Every time she steps onto the court with that Babolat frame, she is carrying the hopes of a nation and the expectations of a global brand. She is proof that talent knows no geographic limits. The synergy between her explosive left-handed game and the technological precision of Babolat is a match made in sporting heaven. This is a moment where the Alex Eala brand transcends a sport and becomes a cultural phenomenon. We are witnessing the beginning of a journey that will likely redefine what it means to be an elite athlete in the 21st century. The world is watching, the pressure is on, but if there's one thing we know about Alex, it's that she was built for exactly this, the big stage. Now, let's pull back the curtain and really look at what this partnership signifies for the sport as a whole. To understand the gravity of Alex Eala joining the Babolat family, we first have to understand the culture of professional tennis sponsorships. In many sports, an endorsement is just a logo on a jersey. In tennis, it is a marriage of technology and biology. When you look at the greats, they rarely switch brands. Their racket becomes a part of their limb. By securing Eala, Babolat is claiming a stake in the future of the WTA. They aren't just looking at her current ranking. They are looking at her trajectory. They are looking at a girl who clinched junior Grand Slam titles and transitioned into professional circuit with a level of composure that players 10 years her senior often lack. This deep dive is going to explore why the specific brand chose a specific player, the technical alignment of her game with the equipment, and the cultural impact of a Filipina athlete becoming a global face for a French heritage brand. We are going to debunk the myths, analyze the built for the big stage philosophy, and look at how this move positions her against the current elite. This isn't just a news story. It's a case study in excellence, identity, and the power of a world-class support system. The connection between an athlete and their brand is often the difference between a good career and a legendary one. For Alex Eala, this isn't just about signing a contract. It's about finding the tools that match her soul on the court. Let's dive deep into the mechanics of this deal, the reality behind the hype, and why the name Alexandra Eala is currently the most discussed name in the tennis universe. The first thing we have to address is the sheer weight of the brand name itself. Babolat. If you follow tennis, you know that this isn't just any company. They are the oldest company specialized in racket sports, and they have a very specific vibe. They are the brand of the modern game. When tennis transitioned from the classic flatter styles of the 80s and 90s into the high-octane, heavy-spin era of the 2000s, Babolat was the engine behind that change. Think about Rafael Nadal. His entire career, his entire identity, is inseparable from that yellow and black racket. That racket was designed to facilitate a level of RPM and explosive power that the sport had never seen. Now, fast forward to today. When Babolat looks for a new athlete, they aren't just looking for someone who wins matches. They are looking for someone who fits that pure aero philosophy. They are looking for a player who is aggressive, who lives on the baseline, and who uses their athleticism to wear down opponents. When you watch Alexandra Eala play, it becomes immediately clear why she is the perfect fit. She is a left-hander, much like Nadal, which already gives her a tactical advantage in terms of the angles she can create. But more than that, she possesses a modern aggression. She doesn't wait for her opponents to make mistakes. She forces them into mistakes. Her game is built on a foundation of big stage mentality. Many players have the shots, but few have the nerves. Eala has shown time and again, whether it was in the junior finals of the U.S. Open or in the grueling rounds of WTA qualifying, that she doesn't shrink under the lights. In fact, she seems to grow. This is what Babolat means when they say she is built for the big stage. They aren't just talking about her physical height or her reach. They are talking about her psychological comfort in high-pressure situations. For the Filipino community, this is a massive point of pride. For the longest time, the Philippines was seen as a powerhouse in basketball and boxing. We had legends like Manny Pacquiao who carried the flag on the global stage. But tennis? Tennis was always seen as a sport dominated by the West. Alex Eala is changing that narrative single-handedly. She is proving that a Pinoy athlete can enter a world-class tennis culture and not just participate, but lead. The psychological impact of seeing a Filipina girl as a primary endorser for a brand like Babolat is immeasurable for young athletes across Southeast Asia. It shatters the glass ceiling. It says that you don't have to be from Florida or Mallorca to be a tennis superstar. You can come from Quezon City. You can train hard. You can have the right support system, and you can become the face of a global brand. Let's talk about the equipment itself, because in tennis, your racket is your identity. The input data mentions that the racket is an extension of all around you. This is a beautiful way to describe the technical relationship. When a player like Alex uses a Babolat, she is looking for a specific combination of spin, explosiveness, and confidence. In the elite levels of the WTA, the margins are razor-thin. A fraction of a second in swing speed or a few extra inches of clearance over the net can be the difference between a trophy and a first-round exit. The Babolat Pure Aero line is specifically engineered for players who want to dominate the rally from the back of the court. It's for the relentless baseline pressure style. Alex isn't a passive player. She doesn't slice and dice her way through matches. She hits through the ball. She dictates the tempo. By using the specific equipment, she is leaning into her strengths. It gives her the psychological comfort of knowing that when she swings big on a break point, the technology in her hand is going to help that ball dip inside the line. Now, we have to address the noise that always surrounds a star of this magnitude. In the digital age, fame attracts two things: massive opportunities and massive amounts of fake news. We've seen the viral claims. We've seen the billion-dollar offer headlines and the fabricated endorsement stories that circulate on social media. It's important to cut through that hype. Why? Because the reality of her Babolat partnership is actually more impressive than the fake stories. In the tennis world, credibility matters. You can't fake a partnership with a brand like this. This isn't a paid post or a one-time social media ad. This is a legitimate, verified, long-term commitment. Babolat doesn't just give rackets to anyone. They invest in players they believe will be the future face of the sport. The fact that they have officially verified this partnership tells us that they see Alex not just as a regional hero, but as a global tennis superstar. When we compare her other elite stars mentioned in the brand's orbit, like Carlos Alcaraz and Leylah Fernandez, we see a pattern. Babolat is cornering the market on the next-gen. Carlos Alcaraz is already a multi-Grand Slam champion and a world number one. Leylah Fernandez is a U.S. Open finalist. By putting Alex Eala in that same sentence, the brand is making a very loud statement about her potential. They are saying that Alex has the same ingredients as the very best in the world. They aren't waiting for her to win a Grand Slam to give her the premium international brand treatment. They're giving it to her now because they know it's only a matter of time. This transition from the junior circuit to the professional WTA level is famously difficult. Many junior sensations fade away when they realize the sheer physicality and mental grind of the Pro Tour. But Alex has a support system and an elite training background that sets her apart. Training at the Rafa Nadal Academy has given her a professional blueprint. She understands that it's not just about the hours on the court. It's about the recovery, the nutrition, the mental coaching, and yes, the equipment. The partnership with Babolat is a piece of that professional puzzle. It ensures she has the best tools available as she climbs the historic ranking ladder. Her ranking climbs have already been historic for her country, but what's more impressive is the perception of her game. She is viewed as a tennis factory product in the best possible way, honed, disciplined, and tactically sound. Yet, she retains that unique Filipino spirit, the Pinoy Malakas, Pinoy strong, energy. She brings an emotional fire to the court that resonates with fans. Unlike some players who are robotic, Alex plays with her heart on her sleeve. This makes her incredibly marketable. Brands don't just want winners. They want personalities. They want players who can connect with an audience. Alex has more Philippines fans than probably any other active tennis player has from their respective home country, and that collective energy is a force to be reckoned with. Let's look at the modern aggression aspect of her game again. In today's tennis, the game is faster than ever. You have to be an athletic player to survive. Alex's movement is one of her most underrated assets. She covers the court with an efficiency that allows her to turn defense into offense in a single stroke. This explosive movement is exactly what the Babolat brand celebrates. When you combine that with her mentally tough approach, you get a player who is a nightmare to play against. She doesn't get rattled by more experienced opponents. In fact, she seems to relish the challenge of being the underdog. She has a way of controlling the rallies that makes her look like the veteran. The blueprint for Alex Eala is clear. She is being groomed for greatness, but she is also grooming herself. She is taking ownership of her identity as a professional athlete. This Babolat endorsement is a marker of that ownership. It's her saying, I know what I need to win, and I have the best in the business backing me. It's a statement in international tournaments that Alex Eala is a serious investment. She isn't just a bargain or a flash in the pan. She is a long-term asset for the sport of tennis. As she moves forward, the pressure and spotlight will only intensify. Every match she plays will be analyzed. Every loss will be scrutinized. And every win will be celebrated as a national holiday in the Philippines. But that is what she signed up for. That is what it means to be built for the big stage. She has the composure and the ingredients to handle it. From her junior circuit breakout moments to her current professional rise, she has remained grounded. She isn't distracted by the billion-dollar rumors or the fake viral claims. She is focused on the work. And that, ultimately, is why the tennis world is so shocked and impressed. In an era of hype, Alex Eala is a real thing. We are looking at a player who is not just a Filipino athlete, but a global WTA contender. Her journey is a testament to what happens when talent meets opportunity and the right support. The Babolat partnership is a fuel in the engine. It's the validation of her baseline game and her modern aggression. It's the realization of a dream that started in her junior years and is now manifesting on the global stage. For every fan who has followed her from the beginning, and for every new fan who is just now seeing her name, the message is the same. Alexandra Eala is here. She is armed with the best, and she is ready to take on the world. As we look toward the future, the implications of this deal extend far beyond the career of one individual player. The partnership between Alexandra Eala and Babolat is a milestone that will be remembered as the moment the center of gravity in tennis marketing began to shift toward Asia. We are entering an era where the future face of the sport looks different, speaks to a different audience, and carries a different kind of cultural weight. Alex isn't just playing for herself or for a trophy. She is playing for a global exposure that can inspire millions. She is a legitimate, verified proof that the path to the top is open to anyone with the mentality and the game to take it. The tennis world may be shocked now, but soon this will be the new normal. We will see more players from non-traditional backgrounds rising to the top. We will see more premium international brands recognizing the untapped potential in the Asian market. And at the center of it all will be Alex Eala, the left-handed sensation with the Babolat racket, proving time and again that she was indeed built for the big stage. This is more than a sponsorship. This is a legacy in the making. It is the story of a girl who took the extension of her identity, her racket, and used it to write her name into the history books. It's the story of psychological comfort in the face of immense expectation. It's the story of a support system that believed in a blueprint for greatness. As Alex continues to compete, to grow, and to dominate, she will carry that Babolat frame not just as a tool, but as a badge of honor. The shock will fade, but the impact will last forever. To bring this full circle, we have to recognize that the Alex Eala phenomenon is a perfect storm of talent, timing, and brand alignment. In the high-stakes world of professional tennis, players often come and go, but some players leave an indelible mark on the culture of the sport. Alex is one of those players. This isn't just about explosiveness or heavy topspin. It's about the identity of a new generation. It's about being mentally tough enough to ignore the fake viral claims and focus enough to deliver on the big stage. The tennis fans who are dying to get in on the latest Alex Eala news are right to be excited. We are witnessing a breakout moment that isn't just a single event, but a continuous process of evolution. From the junior circuit to the professional rise, Alex has remained consistent in her excellence. And now, with the backing of a brand that has seen it all, she is ready for the international spotlight like never before. This is the beginning of a journey for a global superstar. And if you think the shock is big now, just wait until you see what she does next. It is rare to see an athlete carry the expectations of an entire nation with such grace, especially at such a young age. But when we talk about Alex Eala, we are talking about a player who has been groomed for this intensity since her earliest junior years. The support system around her, including her family and the world-class coaching staff at the Nadal Academy, has understood from day one that she wasn't just another talented player. They saw the ingredients of a champion. They saw the composed nature she brings to court, even when the pressure and spotlight are at their peak. This is why the Babolat deal feels so automatic. It wasn't a question of if she would land a major brand, but when and which one. The choice of Babolat is a strategic masterpiece. By aligning with a brand that emphasizes modern aggression and explosive baseline play, Alex is reinforcing her on-court persona. She is telling her opponents that she is not coming to court to feel out the match. She is coming to take the match. This mentality is what separates the elite stars from the rest of the pack. When you look at players like Carlos Alcaraz, there is a certain fearlessness in their game. They aren't afraid to miss because they have total confidence in their racket and their ability. Alex has that same fire. She has that same identity of a big stage player. For the tennis world, this partnership is a wake-up call. It's a reminder that the historically traditional tennis powers no longer have a monopoly on talent. The Philippines is now a factor in the global tennis community. And while some might still view her as a sensation or a breakthrough, those who have been watching closely know that this is a result of years of serious investment and hard work. Alex is not a fantasy. She is a legitimate contender who has earned her place at the table. As we conclude this deep dive into the shocking and historic partnership between Alex Eala and Babolat, it's clear that we are looking at the blueprint for the future of the sport. It's a blueprint that values global exposure, marketable personality, and elite training. It's a blueprint that proves that a Filipino athlete can be a world-class icon in any sport they choose. The Racket sponsorship is just the beginning. The big stage is set, the Babolat is in hand, and the future is wide open. In the end, What makes this story so compelling isn't just the billion-dollar rumors or the fake hype. It's the reality of a young woman who is built for the big stage and is proving it every single day. She is a Pinoy pride, she is a Babolat face, and she is a future of tennis. The shock we feel today is simply the world finally realizing what Alex Eala has known all along. She belongs among the legends. The impact of this announcement will continue to ripple through the tennis world for months and years to come. It changes the conversation around player development in Asia and sets a new standard for what a young athlete can achieve before they even hit their prime. When we look back at the history of Filipino sports, there will be the era before Alex Eala and the era after. The before was marked by dreams of global recognition. The after is marked by the reality of a global superstar standing on the big stage with a Babolat in her hand. For the fans, the message is simple. Stay tuned. This is just the beginning of the journey. There will be more ranking climbs, more Grand Slam moments, and more historic milestones. But for now, let's appreciate the magnitude of this moment. Let's celebrate the fact that a Filipino girl is the face of a world-class brand. Let's recognize the mentality and the game that got her here. And let's get ready for the next chapter of the Alex Eala story, because if there's one thing we can be certain of, it's that she is just getting started. The Babolat racket she carries is more than a tool. It is a promise of explosiveness, a promise of spin, and a promise of success. And as she steps onto the international spotlight once again, she does so with the confidence of knowing she has the best equipment and the best support system in the world. The tennis world may be shocked today, but tomorrow they will simply be fans of the global superstar that is Alexandra Eala. The narrative of Pinoy Malakas is no longer confined to boxing ring or the basketball court. It has found a new home on the tennis courts of the WDA. And through Alex Eala, that energy is being broadcast to the entire world. She is the identity of a new, aggressive, and athletic generation of players. She is a future face of Asian tennis, and she is, without a question, built for the big stage. As we wrap up this comprehensive analysis, it's important to reflect on what this means for you, the fans. Whether you are in Manila, New York, or Paris, the story of Alex Eala is a story of hope and possibility. It's a story that tells us that with the right ingredients, anything is possible. It tells us that credibility matters, that identity matters, and that mentality is the ultimate key to success. So, the next time you see Alex Eala on your screen, swinging that yellow and black Babolat, remember this moment. Remember the shock the world felt when they realized just how big she is going to be. Remember the blueprint she is creating for everyone who follows. And remember that she wasn't just lucky. She was built for this. She was built for the pressure, built for the competition, and built for the big stage. The partnership between Alex Eala and Babolat is more than just business. It is a testament to excellence. It is a statement that the Philippines is here to stay in the world of elite tennis. And it is a breakout moment that we will be talking about for a very long time. Alexandra Eala is no longer just a player. She is a phenomenon, and the tennis world is lucky to be along for the ride. In closing, the Alex Eala era has officially begun. The Babolat endorsement is a seal of approval from the highest levels of the sport. The fake rumors have been silenced by legitimate success. The Pinoy spirit is shining on a global stage, and the big stage has never looked brighter. We are witnessing history, and the best part is there is so much more to come. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the world of Alexandra Eala and her historic partnership with Babolat. The tennis world may be shocked, but for those of us who have been watching, this is exactly what we expected. Alex Eala, built for the big stage and ready for greatness.